We're talking everything from season 3, episode 3 of House of the Dragon. We're going to give you our review, breakdown, and give you our instant reactions to this episode. All that and more in all new episode of Unbinged starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, podcast for the shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown, joined as always by Jagger, May, and Matt Kopfhamer. We're talking everything from season 3, episode 3 of House of the Dragon. But first, let's get the spoiler warning.
This is a spoiler warning. If you don't know what that means, I can't help you.
If someone is watching and doesn't know what spoiler or warning means, there are much larger issues at hand than whatever happened on House of the Dragon. I'm just going to start there.
I've seen enough
Like I
YouTube
said, I can't help
comments. Darwinism is still in effect, and we're
yeah.
losing.
We are losing. Guys, honestly, for a little bit, I was worried before we got into the season that we were just losing watching House of the Dragon. Like, it was just going downhill. It was going to get worse. Goddamn, was I wrong. We are so back, and it is better than ever.
Wrong.
It is, to put this as eloquently as I can, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This is fucking awesome.
I don't remember ever feeling like this for season 2, and we covered it.
No.
Like season 1, we're like, okay, we're about to maybe start doing something, hopefully. And then episode 2, we're like, like it's Game of Thrones. It's a slow burn. Then by episode 3, we're like, what the fuck, bro? But like from here
and then
on,
6 more episodes of what the fucking Harrenhal, bro.
Yeah, exactly, dude. This was a slowdown, but it didn't feel like a slowdown. Because we were right there with Rhaenyra every time. Was she in every shot? This was
like
Emmy
it.
Darcy.
This was some Aaron Sorkin West Wing style shit where you just kind of had a oneer on Emma Darcy the whole time, just going through the castle and just getting overwhelmed with shit and being like, I think I like people on this show now, and I think I'm into this political drama. Like, maybe we don't even need a dragon at this point.
It never did. We've learned that. Like the dragon, like the dragons are environmental damage. They don't need to be the focal point. I don't need to know why Sheep Stealer's dad beat him, and that's why he has an underbite.
Aww. Now I want that episode.
His family couldn't afford braces.
Yeah.
Poor kid. Grew up rough on those streets. What I loved about this episode was the musical scoring. Every scene it felt like had just this almost ominous, like paranoia-inducing sound design behind it. And it was exemplified, I think, most when she notices the rats everywhere. She's looking around King's Landing. She's, what the hell, man? Why did this used to be my dad's house and now it's full of rats? What have you guys done to the place? And it was shit. Oh, fantastic. That feast scene, chef's kiss, literally and pun intended.
Alfredo, I keep going back. This was West Wing, man. Like I just watched West Wing for the first time recently. I actually need to finish it. It was not because it's bad. It's because we do this show. And it really was that, man. This is why I loved it. It almost felt like Succession too. It's like Kendall getting coked up. We got to get ready for a deal. Where's my beats? Bangers only. And except there's no bangers for her.
This is what we were talking about last episode, though, is that now that you have all these characters for the most part in one place, it's a more dynamic show. It's nonstop, and you get the almost political drama that you've been hoping for. Like the pacing of this was you did not get a chance to breathe. It almost felt like an episode of The Pit a little bit too. We're just going to knock out all the HBO shows that we can here. And I think that was intentional too. Like, you need to feel like Rhaenyra, where Heavy is the head wearing the crown, where you're just getting overwhelmed with shit to the point where you're like, oh my God, I need like a water break for a sec here as I'm watching this episode.
Exactly. And to keep it Game of Thrones, one more analogy, guys, and we're done, I promise.
No, we're
this
not.
was season 2 Tyrion. When he shows up and he's just like, everything's fucked, I need to fix it. Except he was always ready and comfortable in that role. Whereas, like, Kopf, I believe you said this last episode, Rhaenyra never got the time that she needed to rule. So she's learning on the fly. So it's almost the same situation, except even worse, because Peter Baelish basically made the crown poor intentionally, and then they got robbed by like Littlefoot, who was the beta program of Littlefinger.
The beta Littlefinger is Littlefoot.
It is, man.
Littlefoot.
Shout out Land Before the Time. Bro, that shit makes me cry so hard.
You had to think George R. R. Martin wanted to put Littlefoot, but he's just like
Get some tree stars, tree stars in Westeros.
He's like, I gotta
Instead
put Lance
he-
Clubfoot.
Instead, he named the Tullys after Muppets, and that's where he got his fun out. That's why Oscar Tully, his dad Grover.
Boom, pow.
Look it up. It's fun. But
Nailed it.
Beautiful neck bearded nerd. That's good neck bearded right there. I like those anecdotes.
My favorite was that he just kept digging into it more. He's like, because of this.
it happens. But what's great is rhaenyra, like you said, she may have gotten some diplomacy training, but really she wasn't given a whole lot of like, here's how to be a good monarch. And that's why we kept referencing this episode, or they kept referencing like, oh, what would your father have done, or what would my father do in this situation? She's like, throw a banquet, I guess, because he was a little bit of a party boy. He liked to feast and to hunt, and he liked playing with his toys. Viserys, original autistic king. But going back to it, it's fascinating seeing Rhaenyra have to take on petitioners after, I think it was last season, we saw Aegon do the same thing where he had zero training, gets up on the throne, is like, all right, let's hear some petitions. First guy's like, you're taking on my sheep. He's like, all right, we'll give them back. And Otto had to stand in and be like, hey, that's not a good idea. You do that for one person, everyone's going to want their stuff back. And so you had that voice of reason and experience in Otto Hightower help, quote unquote, guide Aegon to being a good ruler, whereas Rhaenyra doesn't really have that. She has no small council at the moment. She has no king's or queen's guard. She is literally, it's her and Daemon's like, just burn it all. Let's go for it. Like, let's rule the world with fire and blood. And it's, you need that balance of diplomacy versus Daemon's just gung-ho, let's burn everything.
Go.
I was just saying, I really want to put a pin on the autism thing, but I don't want to distract from where we're at. But I want to unpack a little bit of what I'm implying. And maybe this is a little bit foreshadowing, because like Fire and Blood, I almost finished like everything for like what we get in the Dance of the Dragons. So like I only know like cliff notes. Is this you saying that Rhaenyra made a bad decision by giving people shit and winning over the small folk? Because I took that Otto was giving Aegon bad advice, giving him Otto, I'm going to be an ambitious second son cunt energy into Aegon, when Aegon was actually trying to be a good king and more like his dad.
Yes and no. I think the pendulum may have swung a little too far the other way, is what I'm saying.
Can I just interject without even being a book reader? I think it's a bit more nuanced than she's making the right or wrong decision. I think she's trying to be the people's champion, but quite literally not playing the game that she's supposed to play now.
With
like
the big folk?
She's like pissing off all the higher ups around her and then winning the hearts of the people who will turn on her at any given moment. Like, she's not creating allegiances. This is, you know what she is right now? She's Michael Scott being the highest ranking official in Dunder Mifflin when the company goes under, and they're just like, oh, shit, like she's the one that's in charge. She's super green, pun intended, and doesn't quite know what she's doing.
It's like your low prices is what's running you out of business.
Yes, this is the Michael Scott Paper Company where she is promising things for a short-term solution that in the long term may end up biting her in the ass. And we're seeing that start to stack up more and more on the black side, where their actions in the short term may seem like solutions, but really all they're doing is causing issues in the long end, or in the long term.
All right, let's talk more about that in a second, though. Really quick, guys, if you're enjoying this, take a sec to like this video, comment down below with your thoughts on the episode. We're going to be back here every Monday covering House of the Dragon Season 3. Tuesdays, we're going to have our premium episodes. Tomorrow, we're ranking the worst superhero movies of all time. Semi in honor of Supergirl, there's just angry people out there. Wednesday, X-Men 97 Season 2, and every Thursday night we'll be here right after Silo finishes on Apple TV. We're going to have our reactions to the episode as soon as it's done, so you can use that as your companion podcast. All right, Jag, you were going to say something before I jumped in.
Well, it was a joke, so now it's less funny. I was going to say that, like, this is a rare case where I'm thinking like a Stark, because, like, most of the time, like, I'm not saying I'm a Littlefinger or anything like that, because I'm not a piece of shit, but like I do tend to lean towards the Tyrion path of doing things. I'm not above fuckery. But like to me, it just felt like, oh, Rhaenyra's doing, and maybe this is my weakness. I'm finding out like what I would fuck up as. I would always pretty much side with the small folk, you know. Like I feel like at the end of the day, all they need to do is unionize, and then you're kind of fucked, you know. So,
dude, Rhaenyra Sanders right now is just. She's gonna find out that she's fucking up, dude. She's out here. Everyone gets a box of bread.
1%. Well, I agree that making sure the small folks could eat is the right choice. It's the way she went about doing it that's like, right. Oh, this is gonna cause problems later on. This is not gonna go well for you in the long end. And if she had gone to those same nobles and be like, hey, the crowd needs your help, and kind of stroke their egos a little bit, maybe she could have gotten both sides.
Instead of giving them plates of rats and be like, hey,
yeah,
eat that plate of shit right now in front of me. Do it. She did the Ron Burgundy. She's like, you eat that plate of cat poop for what you say about my city.
And I guess the one short-term thing that we're not even talking about yet, like how could you fuck over Corlys, man? Like you worried about
that's a bad choice.
Dude, it's a bad fucking choice. He's the only one with money. He's the only one with money, only one with ships, only one with experience, and he gives
the one defending you.
Yes, dude.
Yes,
like,
from the start.
Rhaenyra.
You don't turn your back on the people that have been there the whole time. That is the one thing you don't do.
This is a deep cut for football people.
Deepest ally.
This is she went Brandon Ayuk right now, and she just shit on Jane Daniels. That's exactly what just happened. She's like, you're good. This is my team. You listen to me. And he's like, all right, enjoy retirement, Rhaenyra.
Jane Daniels was the only thing. I can't get distracted on that.
Yeah, don't.
I literally posted a scene from like the dinner with the Valerians, and I was like, I'm just gonna start sending this like Corlys's face anytime a white lady starts bullshitting me, because I'm like, come on. The whole it's like, oh, now I see it now.
Oh, when she was like, I never guessed it, but now I see it. I died laughing at that scene at dinner. It's like, oh, come on, Rhaenyra. Of course you saw it.
Yeah, man, we see this like all finally come to fruition too. It's just like so many things that she's so green in so many obvious ways of leadership, but even just in like knowing who her own half brother is, no idea what he looks like, no idea what Ormond Hightower is up to.
In fairness, though, she has never met that kid in her
I just
life.
said she has no idea what he looks like. I know.
Right. But you can't blame her for that. She was kept out of his whole birthing situation. She wasn't even there. So
I'm just saying it is part of the equation that she is quite literally at the point where she almost knows nothing about nothing. Like I don't know shit about fuck. That's who she is right now. She's that meme. Like even from people that she maybe should know, or if you're trying to do something where you're bringing someone back to your castle, I don't know. Maybe you should know which one it is, who it is. Alicent knew immediately. She could not keep her poker face. I thought she was going to try to keep the lie going so that she could keep her son safe, and she did not.
I'm not going to lie. I think Alicent just wants to get the fuck out of there, man.
Yeah. She has no benefit to lie at that point. She knows that Rhaenyra's going to find the truth out, so might as well stay on Rhaenyra's good side as long as possible, or you're going to get the auto Hightower treatment and lose your head too.
See,
I thought piss off your captor.
I thought she'd try to just go along with it a little bit to keep her son alive.
Well, her son's not even there. So
I'm
her
aware.
actions will have nothing to do. Like her actions now will only benefit her if she goes along. If she doesn't go along with it, if she tries to go along with it, of course. But again, if she can stay on Rhaenyra's good side, she might be able to stay alive a little bit longer. Or if she pisses Rhaenyra off, that's a quick way to get the sword.
Basically, again, sorry folks, to equate this to football for you, Alfredo, this is like them going for 2. So like no matter what happens, they at least know what they have to do in the long term. Like, would it be easier for Alicent just to kick a field goal? Yeah, but
I'm not saying this is the better decision. I'm saying I expected her to do the mother thing and be like, whatever keeps my kids safe, I'm kind of in on that plan.
now we have, and I don't even think it's a trope because maybe it is. I don't know, but they're doing a really good job to make it subtle. Really, Allison is Otto now. It's the stereotypical, well, I have to go to my enemy for advice, because Allison's been keeping it real to Rhaenyra the whole time.
She's got more experience as queen than Rhaenyra does.
Yeah, like, to be honest, if she would listen to Corlys, Mysaria, Alicent, Daemon sometimes. Like,
and
sometimes.
Helena, just for fun.
Yeah. Well, Helena's one where you're like, is this real? Is this autism or is this magic? You know, like, it's like a fun game. You know?
Autism or magic.
New game every episode. Autism or magic. Sheep stealer, you know what you are.
Yeah, we know what you are, buddy.
Yeah.
Which is a good time to go back to King Viserys here. You know it's autism because this nigga said no to a dragon for Legos. Like, you know, you have the biggest power in the world. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
This is where
it's like, did you see this Lego Death Star I have here? It's 20,000 pieces.
So this is where I'm gonna have to neckbeard actually just a little bit. So King Viserys actually did have a dragon at one point. He claimed Balerion the Black Dread, and then a year later Balerion died of old age, and he just never claimed another dragon. So he technically was a dragon rider for like a little bit. Just saying.
Okay.
You know what makes jokes better?
When you explain them, I know. That's why I do it all the time.
Now I'm ready to move on.
Yeah. Now it's not fun anymore.
It's fine. Nobody's watching this point anyway.
Of course they are.
17 minutes. What are you talking about? Put on the show. Dance, white man.
I did the nerd thing. I did the nerd fact.
Okay, you're right.
Do the roar cough. Jesus. So
I put the fries in the bag.
But by the end of this, Rhaenyra even asked the question, which I think is so great because she's not playing the game of being queen. And by the end of this, she actually asks, like, what game does he play in reference to Lord Ormond and what he's doing with the supposed, it was Daeron Targaryen. And I think that's such a interesting choice of line there for her at the end of this, because it goes as far as to think that she doesn't even realize there's a game to play. She is doing all of this so earnestly. What is the best thing for me to do as a leader, as opposed to actually thinking there might be some strategy that has to go into it.
She's starking it. She's starking it. And I do know how it ends. And it's not
great for anybody.
Yeah. It's not great for anybody.
Yeah, this is a tragedy for a reason, because when you really boil this down to, if they had not fucked with her transition, if Queen Viserys had died and they just crowned Rhaenyra, let her come over from Dragonstone and ascend to the throne without any hubbubloo, none of this would have happened. Nobody
Free
would have
healthcare
died.
for everyone in Westeros.
I'm just saying, there would have been no starvation because there would have been no blockade. Luke would have been alive. Jace would have been alive. All the soldiers that got burned last season at Rook's Rest would have been alive. So the real tragedy is all of this was avoidable. And the fact that the Greens are still playing the victim and trying to be like, well, we have a claim to the throne because Aegon's a boy. Like that's nonsense. All of that's so antithesis to what Viserys tried to set up, that this whole story just shows how much of a tragedy the Targaryen story is moving forward, because now you have all the disruption of the kingdom, and this infighting, all it does is cause weakness to the throne and the family. So that's where the real tragedy of this story comes in. And so moving forward, seeing everything the Hightower's are going to continue to do, it's just, they're kind of just shooting themselves in the foot in the long run.
I love when you get going, man. Like, I feel these monologues from the depths of your soul. Like, the House of the Dragon just lies within you. You love this. It's beautiful.
Who are you talking to? Because like
I'm talking to Kopf.
Oh, like my internet went crazy for a minute, so I'm really lost. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, you didn't miss much.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
I just monologued for a little bit.
Kopf was speaking from the soul about how tragic House of the Dragon is. It was beautiful. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I do want to ask this though. Lord Ormond, right? Like, the entertaining character. I am so intrigued by quite literally what Rhaenyra said. What is his game? But also, what is his motivation? Is this to get Daeron on the throne now and replace Aegon? And is like what is it for him? Be hand of the king? Like where are we going with this? Because it kind of seems like he could just bend the knee the way that we're talking about everyone else, and it's like, all right, bet it's over. Season 3 was really short.
It's in his blood, man. Like being
a fuck shit.
A fuck shit climber, because it's not about him being on top, and I actually think it's worse. Otto would at least try to put his family in good position. I think Ormond wants a flawless victory. He's thinking like a soldier and a high tower, which I think is dangerous. And this is why Daemon, I think, is stupid. It would never be a good king, because I straight up thought, I clocked Ormond immediately. Yeah. I'm like, man, that was crazy easy. You're going to just, kill a bunch of people, take the throne, and say, hey, give me a kid. And then you don't take the dragon. You're like, yeah, you could keep your gun. Motherfucker, you have 2 dragons there for a reason. And that's a little baby dragon. That's totally his error on his fault. And if I was Rhaenyra, I'm like, this is why you're in the cuck chair, buddy. You get to watch.
You know what? I don't know if it was a high priest or whatever he was, the man of faith that was talking to Rhaenyra.
The High Septon.
High Septon, thank you. Talking about how the dragons really are just beasts,
incestuous aliens,
beasts of destruction. And like, I think that goes into a different level too, where it's just like having these dragons gives Daemon such a hubris that he's not even thinking that he could be getting screwed over at this point. Like, it's not even just the destruction of like the physical destruction, it's the mental and emotional destruction. Like, we've got dragons, we're at the top of the food chain, nothing can ever hurt us, and then it fucking does.
Yeah. To me, it's a different era. And maybe Kopf, before we pull your put a quarter in the jukebox,
your pull string
could be. Yeah, it's like the conquest doesn't get into details that much in the Fire and Blood or anything like that, but I feel like it was a different era. It's kind of like the Teddy Roosevelt big stick diplomacy worked back then, but now we have things called unions, and almost most of the world are democracies at this point. So you can't just lob the head off a king and then sit in his fucking chair. And that's kind of where Rhaenyra is now, where the game is different. And I go back to what I said about Ormond to Daemon, where he's trying to win this like a soldier and not like a king, where you can't go and burn shit down and then expect them to kiss your boots forever. That's not how the world works. I'm sure back when the Andals were there, when like Andals is short for Neanderthal, I don't know if that was intentional.
I thought it was short for sandals. My bad.
Yeah, well, I felt like strength worked blindly. That's not the game anymore.
Kopf liked that one.
So that was funny. Sandals for handles. So Rhaenyra is facing 2 issues right now. No, she kind of overcame the first one, which is she claimed the throne by might, but now she has the legitimacy issue in the eyes of the Faith of the Seven. And the Targaryens, for the most part, have only really paid lip service to the faith, except for one crazy bastard called Baelor the Blessed, who's coming. He hasn't been born yet. He's in between this and Night of the Seven. But when they came over and they conquered from Essos and Dragonstone, they were of the Valyrian faith, and that caused a lot of issues for the first couple of monarchs under Targaryen rule. And so they kind of adopted the Faith of the Seven as a way to keep the peace between the crown and the throne, or the crown and the faith, so that way they weren't having these crazy zealots trying to kill the king every 5 seconds. So by doing so, though, that laid the groundwork for Rhaenyra's issue now, where you have the High Septon feeling high and mighty, being like, I legitimized your brother, and now I can't legitimize you too. And I was waiting for her to just be like, fine, lop his head off and then pull a new High Septon to do it instead. But we'll see if she goes the more gentle route.
Something or someone, and I think it's the way this ended here, right? It's the Lord Ormond thing, is going to throw Rhaenyra so far off track is that we're going to start to see that descent, right? Like you could almost see the entire story of Daenerys Targaryen in a single episode of House of the Dragon here, where it's like, oh, she has all these ideas of making the city better and helping the small folk and, you know, breaking the wheel, so to speak. And then by the end of it, she's like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go burn some people. It's even to the point where the guy who's talking to her at the end is like, but that would burn your people. And she's like, fuck, okay. Like, now I gotta go back to the old drawing board here. Like, we're kind of seeing her devolving within the single episode.
Yeah,
there's a reason.
Yeah,
sorry.
I was about to say.
There's a reason that the Targaryen house words are fire and blood. It's not because they conquer with, you know, gentleness. They go in with dragons and steel. So push a motherfucker far enough, and you'll find out.
Yeah, that's literally that's what I was saying earlier. It's like you can't play that game anymore. You know, like back in the day, you could rule with strength because people didn't know better. Now they know better, and all you're going to do is make everyone want to kill you, and they will wait slow. What do they expect to do? Make their own beverages? We know that rich people don't do that. They have cupbearers and shit like that. Like you have to go Mad Eye Moody with a fucking flask because they're going to try to kill you at any chance they get.
Speaking of the inclusion of Torrin Manderly, played by Dan
Fogler?
Thank you. Dan Fogler is really, really interesting because in the main series, a Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire, the Manderleys are at the center of this thing called the Northern Conspiracy, which may be pulling like a conspiracy against the Boltons to take over the North again by using subterfuge and stabbing them in the back, so to speak. So it's interesting that right after Rhaenyra pulls the feast thing of, you know, feeding rats to a bunch of nobles, you get the scene of her being confronted by the Manderly. So what is that telling you is going to happen?
Yeah,
I was guy in a little conspiracy.
I was looking it up. Is this the family, the Manderly like family existed, but this character of Sir Torrin is a new character for the show, correct?
Yeah, as far as I know, he wasn't a part of the book, but so it's interesting what they're going to be doing with him as a show invention.
Yeah, what I looked up was that Dan Fogler, a big fan of the show. His kids and the showrunner's kids attend the same school, and he was just like, "Yeah, I love the show," and he's
That's
like,
not
"Sure,
cool
man,
at all.
Let me." What?
Interesting. It's
Some
like
Nepo
nepotism,
baby
but not
shit.
cool.
Yeah, but it's Dan Fogler, and we like him.
I guess.
Homie hasn't had to work in a while. Like, I'm glad he's back doing shit.
You're right, because I was literally like, "You fantastic beast, how the fuck are you?" When
Exactly.
I would have tapped him up.
This is where to find you. Got it. Like I was sitting here.
Sorry, you were in an Ezra Miller movie, dog. That got Gal Gadot too.
Yeah. I was sitting. I was like, "What's my dog been in since?" Like it was Fantastic Beast, Balls of Fury, not in that order, and I was like, "That's it." I'm glad to see him back here, man. Guys, the Dragon Seeds. The Dragon Seeds, Ulf, White, Hugh Hammer, and Adam Hull. I know we already said this, man, but like, what a fucking terrible move by Rhaenyra.
Bitch move.
He's got a dragon. That is all the legitimacy you need. Like, clearly the gods blessed him with a tank.
Hilarious that Ulf was like, Targaryen maybe? And they're like, fuck no. Get back in your place.
Yeah.
I thought Damon was going to give him
Kill
the back
him.
of his head.
I really thought.
He was going to do it again.
There was a second when he pulled the sword, ready to do the whole like ceremony. I thought like he might just kill him for the fun of it.
I slipped.
Yeah,
He wanted to. You know, he thought about it.
he was about to Rhaenyra him, just like close the eyes, hit the spine.
Honestly, be doing everyone a favor by doing that, but you know.
And Lord Corlys, he chooses Alan to be his heir, but
because he's the elder one.
Yeah, but doesn't
He's
really
the elder
matter
brother
at this point.
Well,
Because
he's still the heir to Driftmark, so he can still be legitimized later on. Rhaenyra is just being like, I don't want to do it yet because it's the optics are bad right now, which is
because
a bitch
of white
move.
people reasons. It is. I'm sorry. Come after me in the fucking comments. That's 100%. Some bullshit. It's some bullshit. Let's be fair.
He
though.
lost his wife and a dragon. The least you can do is be like, fine, I'll name your heir a Valerion. Like, everything you've given me to this point, come on.
I can't help but think that Corlys is a fuck ass. Let's put it this way. He is a fuck ass. Because he's like, well, my wife died, so it's cool that I hang out with you now. Like, that's kind of where he's at.
I do like how he's like, she forgave me at the end. Wink.
Yeah. I fuck with you, kid. You know, like.
I mean, like, in Rhaenyra kind of, not with Lord Corlys directly, but with one of the other higher-ups when she's doing the whole banquet, and he's like, and I've always questioned the Green's legitimacy, and she's like, yeah, I'd never heard a tale of you standing up for me. And that's kind of like all the supporters around her, which is why I feel like she's not playing that game with anyone, is she's just like, fuck all of you. Fuck every single one of you. I'm just going to have the support of the people. The thing is, it just does not work that way in this kingdom.
I think she almost played it too far in the middle. If you're gonna say fuck you, kill them.
Yeah,
like,
just red wedding everyone.
Yeah, like if you go be a gangster, go be gangster all the way. That little this is classic.
There's no half gangsters.
She missed with that first swing, dog. Like she does that bullshit on there. Like you gotta do it clean. Get it done and stop with the fuckery. So,
Kopf, I know if I miss anything from this episode, you're going to say it as I'm saying goodbye. So is there anything else that you want to throw in here?
It's interesting that Bela hasn't ratted on her sister yet as the rider of sheep stealer. And I wonder what those consequences are going to be when they find out.
Where
I
is
forgot
she?
about that.
Is she even... She came
She's
back
in the Vale.
Okay.
So she went to Lady Jane and was like, "Hey, can I hide out here?" And Lady Jane's like, "Get the fuck off my lawn." And then she was like, "But I'll pretend I haven't seen you." And now we have Daemon about to go to the Vale on his dragon Craxies to go treat with Lady Jane. So who knows if he runs into Sheepstealer in Rhaena.
And I'm gonna be honest, why aren't they thinking that through? You sent a dragon rider in waiting near the area where there is a dragon. They're like, who's riding Sheepstealer? I wonder, Dora.
Jinkies.
What the fuck? You know?
Especially since
Which
they
way
haven't
did
gotten
the dragon go? This way?
Right. Especially since they haven't gotten an update from Rhaena in a while. It's like she's supposed to be watching your two youngest and you haven't heard from her, so wonder what's happening.
Rhaena shows up. No me digas.
Swiper, no swiping.
No, dude, it's like, I do think it's fascinating that basically medieval had friends problems. You know, like medieval time, it's like, I've never seen my brother before because Facebook has not been invented. So
for real, they're just having all the problems that a 90s sitcom would have because there's no technology.
Times 10, you know, like you can't even call a nigga, you know.
Speaking of not being able to call somebody, we haven't heard from Kristen Cole and his little ragtag army going towards Harrenhal in a while.
Bro, he's just sitting around painting. He's sitting around painting.
Like, he is not in a hurry to show up.
He's ready to. He's just ready to self-delete.
Yeah,
but I just want to point out. I just want to point out. So that army's going towards Harrenhal. The northern army that Daemon left behind is going away from Harrenhal towards King's Landing. And I wonder, are they going to meet in the middle?
They're going to touch tips.
What emotion!
What?
I guess technically this is right. That's on me, I guess.
Let us gingerly touch.
Yeah, you're the
tips.
one that made it weird, Jag.
You're right.
No, I'm gonna be with Jag on this one. You made it weird.
Hey man, when two armies meet in the middle of the woods, is it weird? It can be.
I'm really excited to see more of Lord Ormond. He just seems like such a fun character, and I want to see our dude Darren Targaryen, future Link. Yeah. I just want to see if he's any good as an actor. Like I just need that. Just give me that affirmation and we're good.
Give me a little monologue, just a little baby one.
Yeah. The baby monologue, something that's like, okay, this kid's gangster. I can ride with this. Yeah. All right, guys. See, episodes 3 and 4 are said to be the best of what early reviewers got to see. So we already saw one part of it. I'm excited for next week, and we're going to be back again on Sunday night covering that. That's right. We're staying up late. We're covering them Sunday night to get these episodes out to you as early as possible here. We'll be back again next week. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching or listening all the way through. For myself, for Jag, for Kopf. See you next time. Adios.